All right, ma'am. We're off. Okay, so Michelle Wood is going to give us a very useful look at how to utilize library resources so that
There we go.
you can find good peer-reviewed research for your papers.
And it's just a lot of fun, but
It
really
is.
it's not bad. It's really not that hard, especially after I get done telling you everything that you need to use. So, first thing you want to do is go to enmu.edu, the Eastern homepage, really simple, and then scroll down here to the library link and click that, and that takes you to the library homepage. And this is where you're going to do all your research from. On the top of the handout there, I have my name and my email, my phone number, so if you need help at any time, just let me know. The best thing to do is to email me, because that way I can help you from home at night or on the weekends, whereas if you call me, I can only help you if I'm actually physically in my office.
Unlike me, who won't help you at home at night or at the weekends, Michelle is available practically 24 hours a day. She's much nicer than I am.
Okay, now, for the most part, you are going to be using peer-reviewed journal articles for your research, so I will show you how to look for books at the end, but we're going to spend most of our time looking for journal articles, okay? So what you want to do is ignore this box up here. That's where we look for books at, films, music, that sort of thing. For journal articles, we want to go down here to periodical databases. You're going to click that, and again, all this is on your handout. The first database I want to show you is called Science Direct. This is really good for any kind of medical or physiological topic, you know, bones or muscles or illnesses or injuries, you know, anything having to do with that sort of, those kind of topics. It starts with an S, so we're going to go up here to the alphabetical list and click the R-V, and that gives us a list of all the databases that start with those letters. And right in the middle there is Science Direct. So click that. And from off campus, before you reach this screen, you will get a screen that asks you for your student ID number. You just plug that in, and then it will take you right to the same screen that you get here on campus. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to just put in a search expression because I know there's stuff in there on this. Okay, and then I'm just going to hit enter. And I'm going to go down here. If you want, you can limit by year. So say, for example, maybe you just want the latest research on that. You could just click as many of these years as you want. If you click view more, it gives you, another 20. And then you want to go down here and click this journal box, okay? And by doing that and clicking apply filters, you will limit your search to all peer-reviewed journal articles. Everything in here is already peer-reviewed once you hit that journals box, okay? So you don't have to worry about checking that box. And it found 6,338 results. Now, depending on your topic, there is significant to about 50% full text in here. It just really depends on your topic. What you're going to look for are green or orange little squares over here on the right. If it's green or orange, it's full text. If it's gray like this, it's not, but don't worry. When we get to the end here, I'm going to show you how you can request material from us that's not full text online, and we will get it for you and send it to you, okay? So don't worry if you see non-full text material in here, because we can probably get it for you. So as you can see, look, almost everything is, except for a couple grays, almost everything is either green or orange. So can you see the colors okay? Yeah, okay. So when you see one that looks good to you and it's green or orange, then you're going to see this PDF link here. Okay? If it's gray, it's going to say purchase PDF, and you don't ever want to do that because we don't charge you. We will get it for you at no charge, so don't ever buy an article, okay? So say you're interested in this one, you're just going to click the PDF link here, and it's going to bring up the full text of the article for you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to read this abstract here, which is a summary of the article. And by the time you get done with the abstract, you're going to know whether or not you're interested in actually reading the remaining 11 pages of the article. Okay, so if you decide that it's going to be useful for you, then you can either print or download the article to your computer or a USB drive. Okay, so pretty simple to do.
On the ones that are not, on the ones that are great,
Mm-hmm.
how are we gonna know if we want you to order them? Like, are we
Well, I was going to tell you that, that's okay. There's see the little abstract thing here? You can click on that and it will, oh, not in English. Oh no, here it is down here. Sometimes you'll find that in the scientific articles, you'll see another language either right before or right after the English. So just read your little summary there. And it's pretty good. It's, I think, enough for you to determine whether or not you're going to be interested in the article. And then what you'll do is you can either copy and paste the citation, which is all of this rigmarole up here, onto a piece of paper or into like a Word document or something, and then wait until you're all done and request, you know, them, like say you find 5 articles in here that aren't full text online, that'd probably be the way I would do it. I would just copy and paste them, drop them into a Word document, and then when I'm all done, then I'll get on our interlibrary loan system and request them. Or what you could do is open up your account, your Iliad account, which is, again, I'll show you at the end, and then copy and paste, you know, the journal title, the article title, etc. It's up to you, you know, how much time you have, because that's a little more time consuming to copy and paste each line, you know, back and forth. So it's up to you. Okay, so very easy to use. And again, depending on your topic, you're going to find lots of full text in here, and maybe in some cases not quite so much. But again, we can get most things for you, okay, through interlibrary loan. So the hard part is coming up with a good search expression, okay, that's going to give you targeted results that you're looking for, so that you don't have to wade through a bunch of stuff that is only marginally useful, okay? So I would start out with something fairly broad like this, and then after you look at maybe a couple screens worth, you may decide that you want to limit it to a certain sport, or like maybe either high school or college, or, you know, other ways that you can limit it, so you'll get, you know, less results that'll be more interesting to you. Okay? Any questions on this one? You'll use this one a lot, and it's a really good one. So, okay. The next one I'm going to show you is called Academic Search Premier. So we're going to go back to the periodical databases page. It starts with an A. However, this is one that everybody uses all day long for no matter what their topic is. It's a multidisciplinary one. And so it's over here at the side, so that you don't have to, you know, do 2 clicks to get it, because I use it all day long for all different kinds of topics. So we're going to click the Academic Search Premier link, and it's going to bring up the screen, and then you're going to put in your topic. And you have to, can't make spelling boo-boos. Now in this database, you have to tell it you want peer-reviewed journals, okay? And it's over here on the left. You just check that little box, and that will limit your results to peer-reviewed journals. And then again, you may want to go over here and limit by day too. It's up to you. I don't know how far back you want to go, you know, on some of these things. Certain theories change frequently, others do not. Or maybe you might want to do some historical, look at some historical coverage on the topic too. So, go back up, hit the search button. And it found 3,921 articles. Now, this database is about 95% full text. You will find some links in here that are not full text, but again, don't worry, we can probably get it for you, okay? So you're gonna scroll through here, same process, look for things that sound good. This is your article title, and if you see a full text link, you're gonna go ahead and click that. PDF is always best, if possible. You will find a few HTML files in here, the problem with those is that they don't have any page numbers. So if you use them and cite them, you're not going to be able to include a page number. And even though she knows that there are some articles that are only in HTML, she will still ding you for not having page numbers. But if it's a really, really, really good article, you may want to risk, what, half of a point or a fourth of a point or something like that. You know, if it's really perfect, just exactly what you're looking for. Okay, but anyway, here's your article. Here's your abstract. So you're gonna, read this again, see if it sounds good. And then if you decide that it might be useful for you, what you'll do is you go up here to Detailed Record and click that. And again, this is all in your handout. And what that does is it opens up this toolbar over here on your right. And it will let you print the article, email it to yourself, or download it to a computer or USB drive, okay? The other nice thing that this particular vendor does is they give you a citation so that you don't have to wade through the APA manual. So you can click the cite link here, and then you will scroll down here and look for APA. And in this case, it's wrong.
See, what did I say,
That's
guys?
good. No, this is good.
It is good.
Because this is not right. It's set up properly, but they apparently hired an idiot who did not know how to turn the cap key off. None of these words in the article title should be capitalized, except the first word and any proper nouns or, like people's names and cities and that sort of thing. So, just go ahead and drop it into your paper, just copy and paste it into your paper. It's a great time saver for you.
And
Again,
correct.
start a list, start a works cited list or bibliography list. You'll already have it then, just copy and paste it into a Word document or something. And then when you get done, with your paper, you just copy and paste it back into your paper. Just remember to tweak it if it looks wrong, like that one, okay? So, I don't understand it. See, they got the journal title correct. But, and they got the person's name correct, the author, but they just went to town on the article title. So,
That's a
you will
perfect example of what
find that
I
in
was talking to you
occasionally.
about, okay? And Michelle has enough experience that she can look at that reference and go, oh, that's wrong. You wouldn't know that because you've only just started using the APA manual. You have to check them against the manual, otherwise you're going to not learn the correct way of doing it if you don't learn it for yourself and you rely on these tools.
Yeah, so that's why it's good to just go ahead and start a list, and then you could go back and double check it and tweak it and check it against the manual. But it's still a nice little handy.
It is.
Time
It's
saver
useful because
for
it
you.
gives you something to work with rather than you having to work it out from scratch.
Okay.
But just don't trust that it's correct.
Yeah. We'll try another one and see if we luck out with. Okay, now let's just try one more just because I feel bad when.
Don't feel bad.
Although
It's
it's actually
It's
good
actually
because-
perfect.
I mean, I always mention it, but it's also good to see it too, even though I mention it, and it's on your little handout too, so. Okay, see, this one's correct. No, it's not. They capitalized effects, visual, auditory, intervention. None of those words should be capitalized except for the word interactive. So they got rid of the cap key, but they still capitalized too many words in the citation. So I don't know where they got these, honestly.
Someone's getting paid to do that wrong.
Yes, they
That's
are.
what's depressing.
And, duh.
They could be paying me.
You're getting paid for the APA citation, so why would you think you could type them in there correctly? But beware, there are correct ones in there, trust me, plenty of them in there. We just lucked out and got two crappy ones. Okay, now, in addition to the PDF and the occasional HTML file that you'll find in there. You may also see ones like this, linked full text. These should all be 100% full text, should be. Once in a while they're not. Let's see. Okay, it said read article. What you're going to look here for is read PDF something. Let's try that. And here it is. Now, one other type of article that you may see in here is link source. And those are a crapshoot. Oh, here's one right here. Only about half of those are actually full text, okay? Go ahead and click it because you might be in the 50% where it is going to be full text, but half the time it won't. You'll be getting, there's all kind of different screens you can get. A screen will ask you for a login. There is no login. It will give you something like this where you have to dig around and see if you can find it yourself. Or it can just tell you you don't have a subscription or you've reached the screen in error, that sort of thing. If you don't get the full text article, then you get one of those other screens, then it means it's not available full text. So again, you can still read the abstract and decide whether you want to use it. Now, the reason these screens are a real pain is because you've got to go back and look at the citation again to see which one of these links you might want to click to see if you could even get it. So we need December 2014 dietary supplement usage. So let's remember all that. Oh well, now we have a different screen, and that sometimes happens too. There we go. Okay, so we went December of 2014, and I don't see it. So it looks like the latest one was October. So if it had been October, you would have clicked on that, and then you would have scrolled down here to see if there were any full text links, and there aren't. So that means you can't get this article full text online. But sometimes you can. So do try it, because sometimes you will get the full text article. It's just really iffy. One never knows. So that is the way you're going to use this database. It's a good one, and again, I use it every day to help somebody. There's all sorts of really good things in it. Now, there's another database by the same vendor. The vendor's name is EBSCOhost. We get about 20 big databases from them. There's another one that may be of interest to you, and you can either search it individually or you can search it at the same time as Academic Source Premier, okay? So let's say, given our topic, that we also want to search PsycInfo, which is a psychology database. We can search it along with Academic Source Premier. We're going to go up here to choose databases, and you'll see that Academic Source Premier is already checkmarked. So we're going to scroll down here and check PsycInfo too, and then we're going to say okay, and now we will be searching both of them at the same time, okay? And so then we can put our search term in. And since motivation is a psychological concept, that's the reason why I picked that topic, so that we could use it if we wanted to do both. And then you'll have to go back and do your scholarly peer-reviewed box in your year box. Unlike Academic Source Premier, which is about 95% full text, PsycInfo is maybe 15. Not very much full text in there. But if you have a topic that deals with psychology, behavior, motivation, that sort of thing, go ahead and use it anyway. And again, you can use it individually by itself too, because again, we can get you most anything that's not full text online. We can't get you everything, but we can get you most things, and I'll tell you about that at the end. Okay, so now we're up to 4,173 because we're searching both databases, and see, they all look the same. It looks exactly the same. All of the 20 different databases that we get from EBSCO look exactly the same. You use them exactly the same way. So you just scroll through here again and look for something that maybe looks good. to you. And again, look for your PDFs or your link full texts. Try the link source ones. Okay, here's one right here that's not full text, and guess why? Because it's exciting. Ow! There's no full text hardly in there. Whereas most of the full text links that you'll see, they'll be coming from Academic Search Premier. However, this might be a really great article. If you click on the link, it will sometimes give you a nice abstract. There you go. And then again, you'll know whether or not you want to bother requesting the article, you know, based on the abstract here, okay? And so, but again,
Questions?
excuse me?
Everybody following?
Okay.
It's really, when we were talking in class about the idea of just kind of picking a global thing that you're interested in and then just looking, this is the way to do it, because you will be amazed if you just type in basketball,
Oh, no.
what came up.
You'll get literally
Millions.
millions, possibly billions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of papers. So it wouldn't be possible to be interested in basketball and not find a paper that you found interesting to read, right? So if you're struggling still at this point with trying to think about what your purpose statement for the class is going to be, now's the time to start digging in.
Yeah,
Once
just do
we've done
some
this,
fairly
because-
broad searches. I don't know that I do that broad of a one, but I
No,
would limit
no,
it to
yeah.
something, you know, either high school or college or coaching or, you know, rules or I don't know, something like
Yeah.
that. And then once you start looking, skimming the articles, you can, will sometimes frequently get an idea that, oh, that's what I want to look at more articles about that. And then you could go up and add some more stuff to your search expression that will get you more articles like the one that you wanted. And how about that? Just for kicks, I looked at the citation on this article and it's correct. 1 out of 3. So anyway, this is actually a correct citation in APA format. So there are some in there.
I know, shouldn't have a DIY.
Okay, so any questions on this? Again, it's the, we're using both of them. You can, you know, just use the PsycInfo if you want to. You'll have to go over here to the P's and pick it up though, because it's not one that people use all day long, mainly psychology majors and people that are doing paper. It's right here on something with a psychological topic. But see, it looks exactly the same as Academic Search Premier. You use it exactly the same way. And, you know, you may have to, sometimes the peer reviewed box is on the right instead of the left. Just, you know, just have to look for it. So, any questions on these two databases? They're really good. You'll like them. And again, lots of full text in Academic Search Premier. All right. Okay, the next one is called Physical Education Index. Starts with a P, so it'll be in that same list. And this is actually a really excellent database, but it doesn't have any full text in it. You just want to scream because there isn't any in there. But don't not use it because of that, okay? Because it's really a good database. Every conceivable thing to do with, you know, phys ed is going to be in there. Everything's peer reviewed if you check this little box here. So let's go ahead and, you know, you'll just have to, you know, copy and paste the citations, start your works cited list, and then, you know, request things that look good. I'm going to stick with the motivation thing again just because I know there's some of that in here. And then here's your peer review box, and then you can tell it, oh, you can say last 3 years, last 12 months, or you can pick a certain date, you know, before and after by picking those. Let's do last 3 years. Okay, I found 38. And ignore find a copy. It means absolutely nothing. It will not find you a copy. No, there's no full text in here. The only time you may find one, if it happens to be open access, And then it would tell you open access. And that means that it's freely available on the internet. Let's put it that way. That's not the exact definition, but good enough for here. So all you're going to get is a citation and an abstract. Say you're interested in this one, click that. It will give you a very nice abstract. And then again, you can decide whether you think this might work for you. And if so, you can either copy and paste the citation into your bibliography that you've started, or you can email, print, or download the citation to your computer. Okay? It really is an excellent database. I wish there was full text in it, but there just isn't. So, anyway, do use it.
It does, and what you have to bear in mind is that every database accesses slightly different content. So you want to play around, don't stick to one database, play around with all of them. And there are even some others, I'm sure I should
Yeah,
you know, there's always a couple, sometimes something that you could dig up from somewhere else, but don't rely on just one database. If one database
No, you're
doesn't
gonna wanna
give you
use,
very much, try one of the others. 'Cause
almost
it's-
all of these, well, unless
It's
you're...
a bit like the difference between Yahoo and Google, right? If I search something in Google, I get different hits than if I search it on Yahoo. It's the same thing with these databases.
Yeah, basically, it's, depends on the vendor, what publishers the vendor has contracts with. So, that's basically what and if the vendor will give them, the full text for a reasonable price, then, they offer that, and then we purchase it. If not, then you end up with, just citations or abstracts in some cases, like this one. So of course, this is not as expensive as some of the other ones. Some of the, like Science Direct, we pay, I don't know, $30,000 for that. We pay like $400 or something for this one. So that's, like, but it just is no full text available. But again, it's really good for just about any topic, and I definitely use it. You'll find once you get started that it's really not that difficult it takes you a whole 2 seconds to copy and paste the citation, drop it into a paper, and then do a quick interlibrary loan request for it. Okay, so it's not that tough. All right, any questions on this one? I wish there was full text in here because it is a good one, but unfortunately it's not. Okay, the next one I'm going to show you have to do with law, sports law, and do you have a class in that, or just?
They have a class.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I know that different people, like Dr. Martin was really into that.
Yeah, no, they have it's in their core curriculum.
Okay. All right, the first one I'm going to show you is actually a newsletter, but you can search it and you can find some stuff. It's called Sports Litigation Alert. It starts with an S, so we have a lot of things that start with an S for in here. So here it is right here. I'm going to click that link. And then what you want to do is go up here to the SLA, Sports Litigation Alert Archives. Click that link, and then put in your search expression. And I just am doing discrimination because I know there's some stuff in there on that. So, and then it gave us some results. They don't bother to tell us how many. It looks like there's probably maybe 30 or 40 there. Anyway, it's 100% full text. If you see anything that looks good, just click the link, and there's your full text article. This is not peer-reviewed, but I think in some cases they could probably bring stuff like this in, like for the law class, maybe bring something like this in. So
I would imagine, I would suggest that you check.
it's good stuff. It's written by
with the-
attorneys.
Yeah.
It's just not
Check
a
with the
scholarly peer-reviewed journal.
Instructor for
But
the
Dr. Martin
class.
ordered it, so we've
But
had
yeah,
it.
it should be, I would personally count it as a valid source. It's a slightly different situation
Mhm.
than it's not a research paper, it's giving you information about things that have occurred. within sport. You know,
Legal
so,
stuff.
but I would always check with your instructor just to make sure that they're not gonna slam
Who
you
teaches
for it.
that, who teaches the law class?
I don't know who's doing it.
Oh.
We keep, we
It
don't have
rotates.
enough, yeah, well, we've had to use some adjuncts.
Ah.
So I'm not sure who took law.
Oh, well. Yeah, double check with them, and in fact, if they've never heard of it or anything, somebody can shoot me an email and I will explain it, you know, if it's an adjunct, you know, if it's their first time here or whatever. Because again, it isn't a scholarly peer-reviewed journal article, but it is written by lawyers that are specialists in sports law. They know what they're talking about, and, you know, there's some really good stuff in here that you might find interesting, not just from the standpoint of having to write a paper, but, you know, you may find some really good, interesting stuff in here just for light reading. Okay, very simple to use. Unfortunately, with this, you have to print it. That's your only choice. Or copy and paste it, you know, into Word and then save it.
But you can't download from this one,
No,
right?
it won't let you
No.
do anything. It's, as you can see by, you know, the way it looks, they haven't spent a whole lot of money on it, so. Okay, any questions on this one? Okay, the other law one we're gonna look at is called Westlaw Campus. Starts with a W, so, you know, we could go back to the W to Z link, but since we're already on the page here, we're gonna go down here to Westlaw Campus. Click that link. Now this is, okay, if you get one of those stupid things, it went away really fast. It's Microsoft Silverlight. Just say yes if it doesn't go away right away. What it's wanting, it's asking you is if it can update, and it's the media reader for Microsoft. So it's actually also used on Macs too, but it's once in a while you get that screen. Okay, now there's two databases here. One is News and Business, and that is the default. But we want the law side. So we want to click this law tab up here, and that will give us actual court cases and lots of other information about any kind of case that we might want to look up. Now, if you have a case name that you're interested in, like the example they show here is Roe v. Wade, or some other ones down here, or, you know, you want to set your search up that way. One party in this box, and I'm sorry I can't get rid of that stupid little thing there, but it says find a document by title. So you put one party in here and another party's name in there, and let's see, let's try, we'll do Brown versus the Board of Education, because the Roe versus Wade thing, there's 85,000 parts to that, and one might fall asleep trying to find the right link. Okay, whoops, you gotta spell it right, or it'll say no, or type it right. Okay, so you put your parties' names in if you happen to have that, and there it told you it found 462 possibilities, so then you gotta go through and look for the right one. So it was Brown. Now this is Oxford, that's not the same thing. Here it is, this is probably it right here. Even though we didn't have the Shelby County Schools on it, this is probably the right one. And then what you would do is click the link, and then go to Case Outline, then go to Opinion. And it's going to give you the entire opinion on that court case, okay? You can print, email, or download the case to your computer, okay? That's if you know your parties' names. And again, this tells you the background on it, what the case was about, how it was decided, you know, blah, blah, blah. So if you have an assignment like that, that's what you do. You have your two parties' names. If you want to look for other kinds of legal material, you can use this site, okay? So I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, let's say we want to look at NCAA stuff. Now, in this database, one word is good. If you have more than one word, you want to surround the search expression with quotation marks. Trust me, you want to do that. Otherwise, you'll get 8 billion and they'll have only one of the words, you know, in your search expression. So if it's just one word, you don't have to do the quotation marks, but if it's more than that, just put, you know, quotation marks around, you know, your search expression, and then it'll look for that whole search expression for you. And then let's go down and restrict it to, let's say, after 2005. Okay, now, what we have to do is go down here and pick one of these areas that we're going to limit our search to, okay? So for this particular case, I'm going to look at federal and state, and I can skip that one because I said all states. If I just wanted to look at one state, I could pick one, okay? And I'm going to throw the Supreme Court in there too, what the heck. And then I'm going to go up here and hit the search button. Now, if I decided I didn't want to use that, I would have to use something from either this group, one of these other groups, like the statutes, or there's something European. Of course, the NCAA wouldn't apply to them, but you have to pick one of these groups, okay, to search. So, and then hit the search button. And again, it's going to bring up any cases, any court cases, federal, state, or Supreme Court, that have to do with NCAA. So, and again, you're going to do this exactly the same thing that you did before. Click the title link for the court case, then go over here to case outline, opinion, and it gives you the whole opinion, the whole court case, okay? So, and again, you can print, email, or download. Now, if you wanted to, you could, instead of looking at court cases, you may decide that you want to look at some law review or journal articles. So in which case you could click that box, and you could either select a certain state if you want, or just leave it at select a state, which means all of them, and then go back up here and hit the search button. And this will give you, no, I did select it, just didn't select it. Oh, maybe I have to select. Oh, I have to do all. There we go. Oh, boy, it's so picky. And then hit search, and it's going to bring up articles about the NCAA. And you can see, like, this one's from Journal of Law and Education. This is Journal of Law, Business and Ethics, etc. And just find something that looks good and click on the link. And do the same thing. Well, apparently, with regard to this one, you don't have to click on anything else, and there is your article. Okay, so these are the two things you'll be using in your law class for actual cases and for articles about issues or cases. Any questions on this one? Okay. All right, and then there's two more quick ones I want to show you that are medical related, just because I know a lot of people do stuff on brain injuries and, you know, various injuries and things like that. So, like Science Direct, these two are good for, yeah, anything to do with medical, physiological stuff. And they are actually published by the National Institutes of Health, okay? So you're going to go out on Google and get those, okay? So you just go to, open your internet browser and just type in PubMed, all one word, and there it is. Okay, now, PubMed contains the most current articles, literally, you know, posted up here yesterday. They're the absolute latest. They're all published by doctors, you know, MDs, and full text is, it just depends. You may get a lot, you may not get a lot. But the difference between this and the other one, which is PubMed Central, is that this is the latest material, not as much full text. PubMed Central, which looks exactly like this, is older material, but it's 100% full text, okay? You can actually get the older stuff by going just to this one if you want. So let's go ahead, let's do, in case you're coaching a little league. Whoops. So pediatric sports injuries. And, okay, now, I'm in PubMed, so I have to tell it if I want to look for free full text, whereas the PubMed Central is already all free full text. So I'm going to go over here and click on free full text. And as you can see, we went from 1,100 down to 153. But that's still plenty, you know, for this kind of a topic. I mean, you know, so for, you know, this, for one database. So you're going to scroll through here and...
Ms. Shao, can I ask
yes.
a question?
Sure.
So if you click on the free full text when you're in PubMed,
Uh-huh.
that's going to be just sticking with relatively recent material versus PubMed Central?
Actually, I'm
Or
going to
is it
tell
accessing
you the
PubMed
difference
Central?
that it now, it didn't used to, but now it includes the PubMed Central in here too. And the
Okay.
difference is, if you see 3 PMC article, that means it is in the PubMed Central. I know it says 2014 on here, but I think they've kind of
Updated.
updated and merged the things a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, free PMC means it's in the PubMed Central, which really doesn't matter because you're getting it, you know, you're getting it free full text. And then you want to go up here and look for some sort of a free full text link and click that. And it
Sports
will,
Dentistry, so
give
they should
you-
send this article to,
I do not know what sports dentist, well, I guess if you
what's
could.
the
got it
golfer
from
guy? Tiger Woods, right? Didn't he lose a tooth last week?
That's right, he did. Lost one of his teeth, absolutely. Lots of dental trauma in sports. So there's your article. Usually, oh, I was gonna say, usually, you can click a PDF link and get it in PDF format. I think they have changed that too, because it should have been at the top. Let me go down here just to make sure it's not at the bottom. No. I think maybe
The database
using
is,
this will give it to you in PDF, I think. Let's try it. Because again, you want to have your page numbers so you don't get dinged. Ooh, that's kind of crappy, actually. Let me see if we have page numbers though. Page 2 of 26. Page 5.
That's
I'm
weird.
not seeing the actual numbers
Is
though.
that- No.
I don't think I like that very well, actually. Let's see. I don't see any
I've
page
never seen
numbers.
that.
I don't see any real page numbers.
No.
So, okay, don't use that then. Let's see if printer friendly, Pub Beta. Usually there is a PDF link. I just don't see it on this
No, I
article.
can't see one.
But look around and see if you find one. Maybe printer friendly will give us page numbers. Let's try that.
That's HTML.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's just going to give you HTML. Well,
Huh.
you will have PDF files in here frequently.
Try-
Just
What
not.
happens if you click on the DOI over on the left-hand
Oh,
side
okay,
there?
yeah, let's try that.
See if that takes you to the real.
To the PDF, yeah. Let's see, yikes.
Nope.
Get permission, no, we're not doing that. No, it's HTML, see, there's no, it's just HTML too. Okay, occasionally you're just gonna find one that you're not gonna be able to get the PDF, but again, if it's a really good article and just perfect, exactly what you need, then, you know, you'll just have to risk getting
About half
a
a
tiny
point.
little point taken, half of, or a quarter of a point taken off. You know, it's worth it if it's a really good article. Okay, now, if you just see free article, not free PMC, like here, that means it's in the PubMed database as opposed to the PubMed Central, which really doesn't make any difference anymore. And then you'll go ahead and click the free, no you won't, I guess you'll go up here and click that. And then there's your article. Ah, is that, no, I thought that was a PDF thing, it's because it's red, but it's not. All right, well, I'm sorry folks, apparently.
They threw away their
They
PDF
must have
reader
done something
apparently.
about the PDFs, because you used to be able to get PDFs in there. But you'll just have to decide, actually it's not a very long article, So when you get rid of the references, so if it's kind of short, you're not gonna, if it's a 20-page article, just go ahead and forget it. But if it is kind of short, excluding the reference part,
There is, the page numbers are on that
where?
citation.
Oh, yeah, right here they are.
Yeah.
So what
I
you
mean,
do
you're
is
taking
do,
a bit of a risk that
A
they're
print preview.
correct, but.
now, if you do a print preview and you have it at 100%, then, I don't see the stupid printer, oh, it's probably here, let's see here, yeah, here we go. Okay, do a print, and then, oh, Philly's not gonna give us a print preview, that's okay. Just make sure it's 100%, it is, and then, it's always better to get a print preview, and that way you know exactly what it's gonna look like. But if it's at 100% scale, from the first word to the, end of the word on the printed page, again, you can get away with this if it's not too long of an article. After that, you just go crazy once you get past about 8 or 9 pages trying to get it, make sure it's correct. But if it's fairly short, like this one is, see, it's only 7 pages long, and 3 of those are probably references. So it's probably really only about 4 pages long, 3 or 4 pages long. Then you can figure out what page is 526, what page is 527, by looking at the print. Okay, so try that too, since we don't seem to be getting any PDF, and I'm sorry because we're supposed to, but.
So is that not getting the PDF is a database issue or our subscription to the database?
No, we don't pay for this. This is from the government.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
of
so
course.
we don't have,
Yes.
yeah, there's nothing we can do. It's free from the National Institutes of Health down in Atlanta. So
I wonder why
we
they've
just
done
get
that.
what they give us, and we're happy to get it, because it
Yeah.
doesn't cost us anything. And
PubMed is brilliant, especially if you're doing ex-phys or strength and conditioning stuff or looking for concussion information. It's a great database.
so anyway, do use this again. Anything medical or physiological or anatomical or neurological or dental, anything, anything like that. And again, since they now incorporated the PubMed Central into this, you really probably can just go ahead and stick with this. But if you want, you can go ahead and do another search and just add the word Central onto your PubMed, and then here it is. And again, see, it looks exactly the same. It's just everything in here is full text. So, and I think it's a PDF in here. Still, I just used this the other day, so. Yes, everything in here is a PDF. So then you just click the link, because it's all full text, all PDF, and it's just, generally speaking, older material, but CIC in 2014, so
Yeah.
I think they've sort of rearranged some of the stuff in there, so you might want to go ahead and try both, just to get the PDF, if for no reason at all.
Yeah, they play around with all these databases a lot and they never tell anyone what they've done. So,
No, they don't tell you anything.
format does sometimes change.
Yes, it does, on all of these databases. That's a really good point to mention. You might have used it 5 times this semester, and then
The
a year
little
from
green
now you get
box.
on, and it may look slightly different.
Yeah, the little green or orange box over on the right used to be
Yes,
over on the
it used
left.
to be over on the left.
And then one
it's
day you'll
over
open it
right.
up and it's not there and you're like, and you have to find it, they just,
And we don't have any control over that, and they don't tell us anything. We just one day open it up and, oh, it looks slightly different. But it won't be so radical that you'll worry about, being able to use it or anything. It'll just be slight, irritating tweaks. All right. Any questions on the databases? These are the main ones you're going to use. Now, there's another one, if somebody wants to do something about the classroom, like curriculum, HPE curriculum or something like that, or there is an education one. It's by the EBSCO people, so it's going to look just like Academic Search Premier and PsycInfo. It's called Education Research Complete. I didn't put it on here because in all the years, I've never had anybody ask me for an educational one, but what the heck, you never know. With new students coming in, if anyone does want to do something about, the classroom, curriculum, high school related stuff, you can use Education Research Complete. And again, it looks exactly like the other two, and you could use it in conjunction with Academic Search Premier at the same time if you wanted to. So, okay, any questions on the databases? All right, I'm going to show you now how to search for a journal. Like say you've been doing some research and you keep finding some really cool stuff in a certain one or two journals. And it's like, oh, I love that journal. I'm finding so much good stuff in it, okay? You can actually just search that journal if we have it, full text online. So then what you'll want to do is go up here to Journal Titles A to Z and click that link and then put the journal title in. And we'll either have it or we won't. Okay. Okay, the next thing you want to do is click this Journals Only button, because there's some stuff in here that's technically not a journal, even though it says journal titles. So let that load, and are we done spinning? Okay. And then here it is, right here. Now, you may see a list as long as 10 or 15 links listed here under any of these journals, and they will all tell you that for example, from 1987 to the present, there are articles in this database from this journal, okay? So what you'll do when you see like 10 choices is just pick one that gives you the biggest range, the most range of information is probably the best way to do it. So then what you're going to do is click the link. Now, if you've been reading a certain issue of this journal, or you found like 3 articles in, say, the March issue 19, okay, there it is, the March 2013 issue, you found 3 good articles in there, and maybe you decide you want to look at some other, well, I picked this one, but you want to look at some of the other issues from that year, okay? And they're all full text, and they're all PDFs. So that's the entire table of contents for that issue. Okay. Now, another handy thing you can do is you can search all issues of the journal that we have at the same time by going to search within this publication. Click that link, and it will search all issues from 1987 to the present. Leave this up here, and then put your search expression in on the second line. And then hit your search button. And it found 38 articles from all those years that we have on the topic of mentoring. Okay? So again, this can be nice if you're finding a certain journal that seems to have a lot of good stuff in it. You may want to go ahead and just search either a year's worth or just all the issues of that journal to see what else might be good. Because you'll find that as you're doing your research, that you'll find articles that are journals that are, seem like they're more in line with what research that you're doing. Okay? So, let's get out of that. All right. I'm going to show you how to find books, even though there aren't a whole lot of them in here, and most of your research is going to be using journal articles, but we do have some books, so we wanted to go back to all resources again, okay? Keyword is the default. However, if you're looking for a certain title or author of a book, you can select one of those indexes instead. And I'm just going to do a broad physical education so that you can see what we have broadly on that topic. Oh, well, that's Okay, now, we really don't have 92,665 in Golden Library. We share this catalog with some other academic libraries in the state. So in order to see what just we have, you need to go over here and click the catalog only box, let it update. Now we're down to 935, which is what we have here in Golden Library, okay? So that's the first thing you want to do is do that. And then you'll want to, you know, probably don't want to look at a book from 1918, so drag this little thing over to however, whatever year you want to stop at, you know, let's do 2000, let it update, and then tell it you just want books. Now, there are journal articles in this catalog. However, there are only 2% of what you'll get if you use the databases independently, like I showed you. It takes a little bit longer to click, you know, on the different databases and get the stuff out, but you'll be much happier. You'll get a lot more good stuff and a lot more full text. I don't even recommend freshmen to use this for journal articles because there's just not that much in there. I mean, it's not even 10% of what you'll get by clicking on the individual databases separately. Okay, so that's why you have to tell it that you just want
And those of you
books.
who are on campus, we do have all of Dr. Drab's old journals on the bookshelf near my office. I get RQES. You know, the faculty have subscriptions to particular journals, so you know, if you want to look through hard copies of journals, you can do that.
Yeah, or if you
Like,
have a
there's just
citation.
something about flicking through a real journal that's a little.
Well, if you have a certain specific citation though, and they happen to have the year, then, and we don't have it full text online, you could decide whether you wanted to copy it, photocopy it, or scan it, as opposed to waiting for an IOL, although they don't take very long, but it's still.
They're very quick.
Anyway, so you're gonna wanna limit it to books, or if you wanted just to look for movies, you could do films, and then if you just wanted to look for music, you could do that too, whatever. For our purposes here, we're gonna limit to books, and then we are going to see what we have that might be interesting to you. This one would be good if you wanted to focus on elementary physical education curriculum. And so what you want to do is you want to see ENMPO, that's us. That means that it's upstairs in our library, and check shelves means that it is on the shelf, okay? If it doesn't say check shelves, it won't be on the shelf, so don't go up there.
Do we
okay?
know what is happening with moving the books out?
Yes, I was just going to get ready to say
Okay,
that.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. If you haven't heard the rumors, we are going to get a new library. And so we have been madly weeding the collection, removing stuff that is really old, not classics, just old stuff that has been, the content is, you know, much newer now, much more applicable. You know, you don't want to read something from 1918 unless it's a classic, you know, by someone incredibly famous. You want newer stuff. So we've gotten rid of lots of stuff in every discipline, and we're still at it. So even if it says check shelves in here, if you happen to go up there the same day or the day before or the day after they just ordered off the shelf, it may still say check shelves. They may not get it changed, taken out in time, okay? So should be up there, but there is a possibility that it won't, even though it says check shelves. What you can do if you want is, if you're here in the library, you can ask the librarian at the reference desk, and they can double check for you, you know. But,
So they, at some point, are they going to move all the books out while they're pulling walls down, or?
well, we're scheduled to move in summer of 2016.
Oh, okay, so we got a while.
And we have no clue where we're going, so,
Okay, so we
they
don't.
were
know
gonna
that
try,
yet.
we're a Leo, but it's not, the floors are too weak to hold the bookshelves, so they've already, I don't know what they're gonna do with this, but anyway, that's, so, you got, I try not to think about it.
We've got,
So,
okay, so we got a year and a
oh,
half.
yeah.
Okay.
So, check shelves should be up there. Just record the call number on your phone or write it down correctly, and just go up to the second floor. In this case, you would go to the GV 400s row, and then just look for the call number on the book, which is right there, okay? And let's see. Now, when you don't see ENMPO right up front, like in this case, what that means is that not only do we have the book, but Zimmerman at UNM also has it. And even though ours starts with an E and theirs starts with a Z, theirs is on there first. So if you don't see ENMPO, you will see a show more link here. So click that to get ours. Now, in a lot of cases, the call number will be exactly the same, sometimes not, but the status definitely may not be the same. So make sure you're looking at the ENMPO line when you see that it's also at another library, okay? And then ebooks, let me find you, I'm sure there is one. We do have some ebooks. Ebooks will not give you this information here. That's how you'll know right away it's an ebook, because you won't get any of this rigmarole here because it doesn't have a location or a call number. Let's see. Anytime I want to show an ebook, I can't find one. Oh, here's one. I was going to say, anytime I want to show a print book, all I get are ebooks. So here we go. See, you can tell that there's none of this stuff down there, so you know it's an ebook. It also frequently will tell you electronic resource up here as well. But anyway, click Online Access, and we get these from different vendors, so there's some slight differences. In most cases, you're going to see the full text link over here on the left. But sometimes it may be down here. I think there's one occasion it's over here on this side, but usually it's over here. So you will click the link, and voila, there comes page 1. You can go through the chapters if you want to see if one of the chapters might look good, might cover what you're interested in. If not, you can go to the index. Okay, where's our index? Of course, it's not simple. Okay, let's see if there's any place else. Shouldn't be. Indexes should be at the end in this world we're living in. All right, let's try about the editors and see if it gives us an index blank. No. That's ridiculous. It does have, let's try after chapter 12. It does have an index. It's just, usually it'll say index. Anyway, then you'll go and look for your search expression. Oh, EDM, it does not have an index. I've never heard of a book that didn't have an index. Or maybe I went too far, too fast. I guess this page intentionally left blank is our index. In most books, you'll go to the index, look for your search expression, and it'll tell you it's on page, 37 to 42, and then you just click through until you get to those pages. It will let you print and copy and paste a limited amount of pages.
I was going to say, you can't download the book. Okay.
No, you can't. It'll let you do about 10 or 15%. However, if you want, like, say, a whole chapter, you do your 10 or 15% that you're allowed, and then you get off, and then you get back on later and do some more.
And she didn't say that.
And I didn't say
And
that.
we turned the camera. Why don't you make me turn the camera?
Well, just trying to be helpful. So anyway, do give those a shot if you want. There may be some good stuff in there that we don't have in print that you may like. So let me see if there's anything else. Oh, I'm going to show you Interlibrary Loan now real quick so you can get out of here. I know you're sick of hearing me. If you're here on campus, if you're coming to class, face-to-face class, you're going to be a Portales campus student, and if you want a book, we're going to expect you to come in here and get it yourself, okay? With your call number, you can do your searching from your, house or whatever. We're going to expect you to come in here and get it yourself. If you're at a distance, meaning you seldom, if ever, come on campus, then you could register in our interlibrary loan system as a distance ed student. In which case, if you need a book, we will send it to your house, okay? So, just do whatever you want on that. So, if you're here on campus and you're going to come in and get the book yourself, you need to know the call number and the status. If you're at a distance, you're just going to request the book. You're going to pump the citation information into the request form. If we have the book and it's on the shelf, we will send it to you, okay? So let me show you that real quick. Interlibrary loan, it's right here. We have a system called Iliad. You need to register with it one time. Go over here to log in, register with Iliad. And if you've never used it before, you're going to be a first-time user. So you're going to click this link. And then you're going to fill out the little form. If you happen to have one of those ID numbers that has the I and the D in front of it, just put in numbers, no I and D, okay? We need your Eastern email address. It will not communicate with anything other than email addresses that end in enmu.edu. And that's where all your articles are going to come, so you're going to want to do that. Down here at status, this is where you tell us whether or not you are a graduate student here in Portales or whether you are a distance ed grad student. And since you're in graduate school, it's already hard enough, so if you want to tell us you're distance ed and you just live down the street, I don't care, okay? You can, I don't care. So, because I know a lot of you work too, and it's hard for you to get here, so I have no problem with it. So, you need to make up your own Iliad username. Just make it something that's short and simple you're already using, so you don't have to remember another one. And then your Iliad password is your ID number. Again, just the numbers, in case you have one of those ones with the I and the D in front. So you're going to fill this puppy out, click submit. It will instantly create an account for you. And I'm going to log into mine so you can see what it looks like. You see how simple mine is? I don't even have to think about it. And this is what your screen looks like. So if you need to request an article that's not full text online, you go over here to place a request article, click that link, and you give us the information. We must have the information with a little red asterisk, or the other library will not bother to look for it. Okay, they're busy, we're busy. If they can't figure it out right away, what you want, then they'll just say no. So we have to have journal title. Volume and issue is also extremely helpful. We must have the year, the page numbers, the author, and the article title, okay? So pump that in, either copy and paste it or type it in, whatever, and then go down here and click submit. And we will get your request in the back. I'm also the interlibrary loan person in addition to being the distance ed librarian. And so the library is open 102 hours a week. Interlibrary loan is open only 40, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. If we get your request during that time, we'll get right on it. If not, we'll get on it the next day, okay? So articles come really fast, anywhere from same day to 2 days. Sometimes it takes a little longer, but usually most times you can get it in just a couple days, okay? Now, most articles we can get, the exception is if it is a non-US or non-UK publisher. We have extreme difficulty, as in, like practically never, being able to get anything from the Chinese Journal of blah blah, the Japanese Journal of yada yada,
Scandinavian Journal of
Science,
Science.
yada. Can't get them. And really, unless you're doing some sort of an international kind of topic, you're probably going to want to mainly stick with U.S. Material anyway. But just so you know, you can request it if you want, but if it's, we have hardly any trouble with UK or Australia, but of course hardly any trouble with US published material, but we do have trouble with the Asian and the Scandinavian journals. They just don't lend. The library, they're not even in the thing. You can't even ask them. They want to borrow, but they don't want to lend. So anyway. So go ahead and request whatever, but know that there's a possibility we won't be able to get it if it's non-US. All right, now,
Yeah, it
books.
doesn't happen very often, to be honest. Most stuff comes through very quickly, so it's,
Well, we
Great
run into
tool.
that, we run into it with the biology and the chemistry people.
yeah.
They're always wanting the Chinese journal, yada, yada. So anyway, if you need a book that we don't have, and you register as distance ed, then you simply request it from us. If we have it, we'll go upstairs, pull it, send it to you. If we don't have it, we'll find a library that does have it, and we will send it to you, okay? And again, we need the author, the title, date, and then hit submit, and we'll get it, and we will get your stuff to you. Now, books can take as long as 2 weeks to get here. If we can get it regionally, like UNM or Texas Tech, it's about 4 or 5 days. If we have to get it from the East Coast or, Florida or someplace like that, it may take as long as 2 weeks to get here. So, since you're graduate students, you're going to start your research really early anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. You're not going to wait until 3 days before your paper's due to start doing the research. So, you start early, give yourself plenty of time to find the stuff that you need, and in case you do need something that's that you need to do interlibrary loan, you'll have plenty of time to get your material. Now, your articles, they will go to your Eastern email. It will either be just a PDF file, or it will tell you to log into your Iliad account and go here to electronically delivered articles. I don't have anything. If I did, there'd be a bunch of junk right across here, and I would click on the PDF link to bring up my article, okay? The third possibility is you will get a link and a password. So in your Eastern email. So you just copy the password, click the link, paste it in the box, and that will bring up your article. We never know how it's coming. It just depends on how the other library wants to send it. Okay, so, you'll either get them, or if for some reason we can't get it for you, we will tell you that too, that we can't get it because, and generally it's because we can't find a library that has either the title or the issue, that you want. Okay, so very simple. If you do decide to tell us that you're a Portales graduate student and you order a book, it will go to the circulation desk, and it will tell you in your email to pick it up at the circulation desk. You just go up there and tell them you have an interlibrary loan book, and they will check it out to you, okay? And we want to get our books back on time, because the other libraries get really mad, and they can block you, they can block us, and we get